Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we will be going over 15 interesting ancient Egyptian war strategies. But before we start, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so that you're notified when we next upload. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. Number 1. Chariot warfare. Egyptian chariots were lightweight and highly maneuverable, pulled by 2 horses and typically carrying a driver and an archer. These chariots allowed for rapid movement across the battlefield, facilitating quick strikes, flanking maneuvers, and swift retreats. They were particularly effective in open terrain where their speed and mobility could be fully utilized. Number 2. Archery. Egyptian archers were highly skilled and equipped with powerful composite bows made from wood, horn, and sinew, which had greater range and accuracy than simple wooden bows. Archers could inflict significant damage from a distance, softening enemy lines before the infantry engaged in close combat. They often used poison or fire-tipped arrows to increase their effectiveness. Number 3. Combined arms. The Egyptians excelled in coordinating different types of units, infantry, chariots, and archers, on the battlefield. This integration allowed them to exploit the strengths of each unit type while covering their weaknesses. For example, archers could weaken the enemy from a distance, chariots could disrupt formations, and infantry could engage in hand-to-hand combat. Number 4. Phalanx formation. Egyptian infantry often used the phalanx formation, a tight rectangular or square grouping of soldiers with overlapping shields and projecting spears. This formation provided strong defensive capabilities against frontal assaults and helped maintain unit cohesion during advances. The disciplined and organized structure of the phalanx was key to its effectiveness. Number 5. Siege warfare. The Egyptians developed a variety of siege tactics and tools, including battering rams to break through gates, scaling ladders for climbing walls, and siege towers to provide elevated platforms for archers and soldiers. These techniques allowed them to besiege and capture fortified cities and strongholds. Number 6. Psychological warfare. Psychological tactics were used to intimidate and demoralize the enemy. Egyptian soldiers would wear intimidating masks and armor, shout battle cries, and display the severed heads or captured enemies to instill fear. Propaganda, such as boasting of divine favor and inevitable victory, also played a role in weakening the enemy's resolve. Number 7. Diplomatic alliances. Diplomacy was an important aspect of Egyptian strategy. They formed alliances with neighboring states or tribes to gain military support, secure trade routes, and create buffers against potential invaders. Marriages between royal families were often used to cement these alliances and foster peace. Number 8. Scouting and intelligence. Egyptian military campaigns relied heavily on information gathered by scouts and spies. These individuals collected data on enemy troop movements, terrain, and fortifications, allowing commanders to make informed decisions and plan effective strategies. Intelligence was crucial for launching surprise attacks and avoiding ambushes. Number 9. Fortifications. To protect their territory, the Egyptians built fortified cities, border forts, and garrisons at strategic points. These fortifications included walls, towers, and gates designed to repel invaders. They also established a network of watchtowers and signaling systems to quickly communicate the presence of enemy forces. Number 10. Naval power. The Nile River and the Mediterranean Sea were vital for Egyptian military logistics. The Egyptians built a fleet of ships for transporting troops, conducting amphibious assaults, and patrolling their waterways. Control of the Nile allowed them to secure supply lines and quickly deploy forces to various parts of the kingdom. Number 11. Ambush tactics. The Egyptians employed ambush tactics to surprise and overwhelm their enemies. Using knowledge of the local terrain, they would conceal their troops in natural cover, such as forests or behind hills, and launch sudden attacks on unsuspecting enemy forces. This approach was effective in creating chaos and inflicting heavy casualties. Number 12. Logistics and supply lines. Maintaining a well-supplied army was critical for the success of Egyptian military campaigns. They established efficient supply lines to ensure a steady flow of food, water, weapons, and other essentials. This logistical organization allowed their armies to operate far from home and sustain prolonged engagements. Number 13. Use of mercenaries. The Egyptians frequently hired foreign mercenaries to supplement their military forces. These mercenaries, including Nubians, Libyans, and Shirdan warriors, brought different fighting styles and expertise. Their inclusion added diversity to the Egyptian army and provided additional manpower during large-scale campaigns. Number 14. Defensive strategies. The natural geography of Egypt, with deserts to the east and west and the Mediterranean Sea to the north, provided natural defenses against invaders. The Egyptians capitalized on these barriers by building fortifications at key points and using the challenging terrain to funnel enemies into areas where they could be more easily managed and defeated. Number 15. Religious propaganda. Religion was deeply intertwined with Egyptian warfare. Pharaohs often claimed divine support for their military campaigns, presenting themselves as chosen by the gods to lead and protect Egypt. Temples, inscriptions, and public ceremonies were used to propagate this belief, boosting the morale of Egyptian troops and legitimizing their wars. And that's it for today. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe and turn on that notification bell so that you're notified when we next upload. See you next time.